Look, if you're wasting time asking if hedge funds are still beating the market, you're already missing the point. And that frustration? It's real. You see the headlines, you hear the hype, and yet your returns don't match what these big funds brag about. You feel stuck, questioning if your own strategy is just a slow death march, while some secret club profits on wild swings. The anger's justified. It's maddening to see tons of capital moving markets while you lock yourself in endless analysis paralysis, chasing after smoke and mirrors. But here's the brutal truth nobody wants to say. Most hedge funds aren't killing it anymore. They've lost that edge. The game's changed. The rules shifted under their feet, and many are just scrambling to defend shrinking profits. So if you're betting on them to outsmart the market year after year, you're betting on a myth. Flat out. You want to beat the market? You need to stop hoping someone else's machine will do it for you. Don't get me wrong, some hedge funds still win, but it's a shrinking minority, and they're not doing it with flashy tricks or fancy models. They succeed because they've stopped racing the herd and started owning unique angles nobody else sees, digging deep into asymmetric bets, or leveraging massive operational insight in private markets that the average player can't touch. They don't just throw darts at stocks and cross fingers. It's about precision, discipline, and relentless adaptability. Here's what you do. Drop the obsession with beating the market as a zero-sum game against the whole crowd. Instead, focus on what few others do. Find niches where you have real advantage. That means mastering illiquid assets, private equity, or even niche strategies in debt or real assets. Hedge funds that survive are those who go off-road, while the market drowns in liquidity and noise. If you can't find your own hunting ground, you're playing to lose. Second, stop underestimating operational alpha. Information edge alone isn't enough anymore. Top funds build and control pieces of ecosystems. Think supply chains, proprietary tech, governance regimes that generate real cash flow advantages. If you're not building structural edges like these inside your deal flow or portfolio companies, you're watching from the sidelines. Third, start thinking globally. The best opportunities aren't in your backyard or safe indexes. They're in emerging markets, in areas where inefficiencies still run wild, where you can plant your flag early, and where many hedge funds don't dare to go because of complexity or risk. This is where smart, bold moves pay off long term. Finally, forget blind trust in old-school quantitative models or the past performance predicts future myth. Markets have become too noisy, driven by algorithmic flows, policy shifts, and geopolitical shockwaves. You need to embrace dynamic strategies, constantly reassess risks, and be ready to flip sectors or geographies in a heartbeat. Success isn't about predicting the future. It's about adapting faster than anyone else when the future arrives. So, if you want out of the endless frustration, the bitter feeling that everybody else is winning while you're stuck in traditional traps, start owning your process from end to end. Take control of your edge, build real-world advantages, dive where others fear to tread, and be ruthlessly flexible. Hedge funds still beat the market? Some do, yes, but they're not the crowd you think they are, and they're not doing it the way you imagine. The truth is, the game is shifting from lucky guesses and big bets toward relentless, surgical execution of unique strategies. This isn't easy, and it sure as hell isn't comfortable. But if you wait for the market or hedge funds to hand you gains on a silver platter, you're going to stay stuck. The biggest mistake is standing still, watching others move and grow while you ask the same tired question. Be honest. If you want to keep up now, you've got to go all in on your own unique advantage. Figure out where the market is blind, where your knowledge and connections create real value, and double down on that. That's how you stop chasing and start winning. That's how you turn frustration into power. And that's how you make the hedge fund myth work for you, and not against you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and open the featured link to discover more.